Hey, wrestling fans. Welcome to another live stream from 360 Wrestling Podcast. And not only are we broadcasting this stream right here on YouTube, but this stream is also on Facebook Live right now as well for this Saturday night, August 19th, 2017. And I'm going to start off this live stream about talking tonight's NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. Also going to be talking about the pay-per-view from earlier today, Ring of Honor's War of the Worlds from Liverpool. But first, I'm going to be starting off talking Takeover, which was live from Brooklyn, New York tonight on the WWE Network. And the commentators for tonight, Mauro Ranallo, Percy Watson, and Nigel McGuinness. And we start off with Takeover with a band. I believe the name of them was Code Orange. I don't know anything about them, but they weren't too bad. They started off, played a song at the top of the show, and our first match starting off the in-ring action here tonight on Takeover. It was, excuse me, just did something real quick with the stream. And it was Johnny Gargano taking on Andrade Cien Almas with Vienna in her corner. And this match surprised me quite a bit, actually. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. Great match to open up this show. And both guys definitely brought it in this one. And Zelina threw a shirt at Gargano to distract him, let Almas pick up the win at 13 minutes, 13 seconds. Like I said, great match here to start off the night. Started off with a bang, in my opinion. In my opinion, match of the night already, starting off the show. But these two, like I said, put on a great match. Great effort from both guys. The win once again. And next up on Takeover, we go to the crowd and we see the Raw and SmackDown Live general managers, Kurt Angle and Daniel Bryan. And next up, it is the match for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Sanity challenging against the Authors of Pain with Paul Ellering in their corner. This one was a pretty good match. They start off brawling. They brawl all over ringside. And they eventually do get in the ring, have a pretty good match. At one point, Nikki Cross has a stare down in the ring with Paul Ellering. Then she goes to the corner, does a plancha off the top and gets caught. But then Killian Dane drives both of them through a table. And then in the ring, Sanity is able to pick up the win and become the new NXT Tag Team Champions. Sanity now with the titles. Pretty good match here, I thought. And then what happens after this match, we see the NXT debuts, or not debuts, they've already been on TV, but they haven't really been on together, I should say. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. They come in and attack Sanity. But actually, by saying debut, I was getting a little ahead of myself there because there was a debut tonight, but I'll get to that in a little bit as I recap the rest of Takeover. Aleister Black defeated Hideo Itami in another match that I thought was pretty good, solid action. NXT Women's Championship is on the line next. It is Ember Moon taking on Asuka, and the streak continues as Asuka retains the Women's Championship via submission with the Asuka lock. Ember Moon taps out at 14 minutes 45 seconds. And very good match here. I thought every match tonight was at least good or better. The wrestling here tonight, and this women's match was no different in my opinion. Still the NXT Women's Champion, so I'm guessing she is staying on NXT at least for the time being. Be interesting to see what happens to Ember Moon from now on. Does she stay on NXT, or does she possibly get a call up to the main roster? Kind of had her in the ring mentioning her family was there. Showed her as she left and went to the back. But it is interesting to see who is the next challenger for Asuka, who they feel on NXT right now is ready for that spot to challenge for the championship. The question is, when do they want to take the title off Asuka? I actually read something earlier today about Triple H telling Vince McMahon to leave Asuka on NXT. So I'm guessing she's going to be there for a while. But with Ember Moon, who knows? It might be a while for her too before she's on the main roster. But I think she would do pretty good, or at least I hope that she would do pretty good either on live Mondays or Thursdays nights. But that will be, we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. And we see Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe at ringside. And it is now time for the main event of the evening, the NXT Championship on the line. And it is Drew McIntyre, the challenger, has a pretty big entrance as well. The bagpipe players come out and play him to the ring with his entrance. And then Bobby Roode has his usual glorious takeover entrance with the piano on the stage. And this one, good main event, I thought. And solid, definitely. Good match. And it is Drew McIntyre defeating Bobby Roode to become the new NXT champion at 22 minutes 18 seconds. Very good match once again. Was definitely a fan of Bobby Roode, but I don't mind them putting the title on McIntyre Also a big fan. He really improved himself the time that he was away from WWE, of course, and Impact, ICW, the other promotions that he competed in when he was gone. And I thought the video package for this match was very good, focusing on the first time he was in the company and Vince McMahon came out and cut the whole promo about him being the chosen one and being a future world champion. And now he is, can't really say a world champion, but he is the NXT champion. Hopefully, they'll let him have a good run with the title, a good lengthy run, a decent run, but we'll have to wait and see because after, once again, we see Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish and the debut that I was talking about earlier. Former Ring of Honor World Champion Adam Cole, baby. I had to say that. Yep, the news came out a few days or so ago about Adam Cole signing. He has now debuted with NXT. There's been the rumors running wild lately on the internet about them doing a not really a Ring of Honor faction, but the faction with former Ring of Honor stars. And it looks like it's going to be in the main event picture. Maybe one of those guys are going to challenge McIntyre for the title. And my guess would be Adam Cole, but who knows? And they could still change his name maybe, but I'm kind of surprised they did call him Adam Cole. And my question is if they do ever bring him to the main roster, will they still let him be Adam Cole with Michael Cole? Who knows? Maybe they'll say he's Michael Cole's son. Jason Jordan, we found out he's Kurt Angle's son. So maybe we'll find out that Adam Cole is really Michael Cole's long lost son or something. That doesn't sound likely, but you never know. And that was tonight's NXT Takeover Brooklyn 3. And very good show, in my opinion. Definitely one of the better takeovers. I don't know if I would say it was the best takeover there's ever been, but definitely one of the better ones. Very good show. If for some reason you missed this show tonight, I definitely suggest you go on demand on the network, catch the replay. Very good show. Definitely one worth watching. And the whole show, but I definitely suggest the opening match, Johnny Gargano and Almas. Very good. And the main event, the finish with Fish, O'Reilly, and Cole coming out. Great show. Not that there's ever been a bad takeover, but like I said, this one was really good. One of the better ones. And now let's move on to an iPay-per-view that was on the Fight TV app earlier today. Ring of Honor, War of the Worlds from Liverpool, England. And Kenny King defeated Hangman Page with the Royal Flush. Ultimo Guerrero and Rey Bucanero defeated Mystico and Titan after Guerrero hit Titan with a top rope inverted suplex. Jay Lethal defeated Josh Bodum after the lethal injection. And then after the match, Lethal is attacked by Silas Young. And Ring of Honor officials break it up. And then Bodum helps Lethal to his feet. Good match here between these two. And next up, Bully Ray and the Briscoes defeated Los Incables de Japón, Bushi, Evil, and Naito. The winner of the G1 Climax 27. Good six-man tag here. I enjoyed it. Bushi was pinned after a triple 3D. And Jay Briscoe ducked the mist, and Evil got hit with it. Once again, good six-man tag. Mark Haskins defeated Silas Young with a Blue Thunder bomb, and he had an assist, from Jay Lethal. And Young and Lethal brawl up the ramp, and then it's broke up by security. Also, it is the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, Ring of Honor World Television Champion Kushida, who I have been very impressed with as of late, and Takahashi. Very good match here. And Marty Scurll and Dalton Castle also in the match. And Kushida retains the television championship with the Back to the Future. And I thought this was a very good match. A lot of good action in this one. And like I've said, I have been a big fan of Kushida as of late, a great talent. If you haven't seen any of Kushida's work in either New Japan or Ring of Honor, I definitely recommend you check them out. If you haven't seen them, you're definitely in for a treat. And the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions defeated the Addiction, the Young Bucks, the Tag Team Champions, defeated the Addiction, Christopher Daniels, and Frankie Kazarian, with the Meltzer driver on Kazarian for the win. Good match here. Good tag team action between these two teams. And in the main event for the Ring of Honor World Championship, it is Cody defeating Sonata. The American Nightmare retains once again. Good main event here, I thought. And then after, Cody calls out Bryan Danielson. And Cody says there's no one left to challenge him, and Dalton Castle answers him and says he's left. And that was Ring of Honor's War of the Worlds iPay-per-view, which took place live from Liverpool, England, earlier today. And if you missed it, I definitely recommend checking out the replay on the Fight TV app. Very good show, a lot of solid action in this one from Ring of Honor. And real quick, just want to talk a little bit of news. And on 360 Wrestling Fanatic yesterday, but from Thursday night's episode of GFW Impact Wrestling, saw the return of Jim Cornette. But Jim Cornette spoke about that on his podcast, The Cornette Experience, on the MLW Radio Network. And he said that he's working with Anthem and he has not signed. And he's not going to be on what it sounds like. He's not going to be on Impact every week on a regular basis, but when they need him, what he said. And he said that he did not sign. And once again, he's working directly with Anthem, or that's who he was in contact with. But we'll have to see what happens there. like I talked about on the podcast, of course, he's very good friends with Bruce Pritchard, and I'm pretty sure he gets along with Jeff Jarrett and Dutch Mantel, but don't expect to see him every week on Impact, just from time to time, maybe for a special episode or something. And that is it. Tomorrow, of course, SummerSlam on the WWE Network. I hope to do something about it, either most likely a podcast, but you never know. Maybe I'll come here on YouTube and do a live stream, but most likely it'll probably be a podcast about tomorrow night's SummerSlam. Of course, got in the main events the four-way for the Raw WWE Championship, or Universal Championship, excuse me. And for the SmackDown Live WWE Championship, Jinder Mahal defending against Shinsuke Nakamura. And like I said, I hope to do a podcast about that, or maybe even a live stream. Depends what I decide on doing. But that is all for this live stream tonight. And hope to have more of these coming up soon. And more episodes of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. And you can stay informed at Facebook, 360 Wrestling Podcast, and on Twitter at 360 Wrestling Pod. The Instagram is 360 Wrestling Podcast. Also on Facebook, Clash Wrestling 360. Remember, stay tuned to that. September 23rd, Clash 150, a huge event that you will not want to miss. And the email, if you have any questions or comments or suggestions, anything, 360 Wrestling Podcast at gmail.com. It's in the description. The links for the Facebook and the Twitter are there as well. The email there. Also, if you can help out 360 Wrestling Podcast, make the podcast even better. Patreon.com, 360 Wrestling Podcast. Anything would help. I'll be doing blogs and exclusive extra podcasts exclusive for the Patreon supporters. So once again, check it out if you can. /360 Wrestling Podcast. But that is all for this stream tonight. Thanks everybody for watching, not only here on YouTube, but Facebook Live. I am Lance and I am a wrestling fanatic.